We lie to ourselves every single night. We look up at the stars, we feel a sense of calm, and we tell ourselves that the universe is peaceful, silent, and distant. But that is not the truth. The moment you leave Earth's atmosphere, everything you think you know about safety disappears completely. Space is not a sanctuary. It is the most violent and hostile environment that has ever existed. And the terrifying part is, most of it is right here, in our own solar system. So let us travel through it together. And by the time we reach the very end, you will never look at the night sky the same way again. Our journey starts closest to the Sun, Mercury. From its surface, the Sun does not look like the small, warm circle we see from Earth. It looks like a wall of nuclear fire, 3 times larger, filling the entire sky above you. During the day, temperatures climb above 430 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to melt lead. But here is what makes Mercury truly brutal. The moment the sun sets, all of that heat vanishes instantly. Because Mercury has almost no atmosphere to hold any warmth, temperatures crash to minus 180 degrees Celsius within hours. The same world that melts metal will freeze you completely solid just hours later. One planet, 2 kinds of death. And we have not even left the inner solar system yet. If Mercury is brutal, what comes next is something far worse. Venus looks almost identical to Earth from space. Same size, same gravity, same structure. For a moment it almost feels familiar. Do not be fooled. Beneath those thick golden clouds lies an atmosphere so dense it would crush your body in seconds. The pressure is 90 times greater than on Earth's surface. The sky rains sulfuric acid. Surface temperatures reach 500 degrees Celsius, hotter than Mercury. Even though Venus is further from the Sun, the heat got trapped. The entire planet slowly turned into a furnace, and nothing, not a single living thing, has survived there for billions of years. Venus is not a sister planet to Earth. It is a warning from the universe itself. And then there is Earth. From space, the atmosphere that protects every single living thing on this planet, every ocean, every forest, every human life looks almost invisible. A paper-thin blue line wrapped around rock. That is all that stands between us and everything we just described. One small failure of that delicate layer, and the void takes everything we have ever known. Now think about this carefully. Mars was supposed to be our future. Billions of years ago, rivers carved through its surface. Oceans may have covered entire regions. Mars might have actually been alive. So what happened? The core cooled. The magnetic field collapsed. Without that protection, the solar wind slowly stripped the entire atmosphere away into space. What remains today is a frozen, radiation-soaked desert. Dust storms that swallow entire continents. A mountain nearly 3 times taller than Everest, standing silently over a dead world. Mars is not waiting for us to arrive and build our cities. Mars is a graveyard, and it is showing us exactly what Earth could one day become. Beyond Mars, before we reach the giants, we pass through something that should never be ignored. Millions of ancient rocks drifting silently through the dark. Fragments left behind from the violent birth of our solar system. Worlds that never finished forming. Some stretch hundreds of kilometers wide, invisible and silent, until they are suddenly not. These are the ruins of something the universe never allowed to exist. And then comes Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system. Over 1,000 Earths could fit inside it, and the giant would barely notice. There is no surface to stand on here, no ground. Just layers of clouds descending endlessly into crushing darkness below. As you go deeper, pressure becomes so extreme that hydrogen itself transforms into liquid metal. And above all of this, the Great Red Spot, a storm wider than our entire planet, has been raging for centuries without stopping. Jupiter does not feel like a planet. It feels ancient, like something that existed long before life on Earth, and will continue long after we are completely gone. Further out, Saturn greets you with its golden rings and breathtaking beauty. But those rings are not peaceful halos. They are trillions of razor-sharp ice and rock fragments orbiting at thousands of kilometers per hour. A storm at Saturn's North Pole forms a perfect hexagon, wider than 4 Earths combined. And scientists still cannot fully explain why it exists. Beauty in this solar system almost always hides something terrifying directly underneath. Keep going. Past Saturn, sunlight begins to lose its power completely. Out here, the sun is just another faint star. This is where Uranus drifts silently. Billions of years ago, something struck this planet with such violence that it knocked the entire world completely onto its side. Uranus now rolls through space almost horizontally. Entire regions spend decades trapped in absolute darkness. Temperatures plunge toward absolute zero. Uranus does not feel like a planet. It feels like something broken, forgotten, and abandoned at the edge of light. And finally, Neptune. At this distance, the universe has gone almost completely dark. You would expect silence. You would expect stillness. Instead, Neptune is home to the fastest winds ever recorded on any planet in the entire solar system. Over 2,000 kilometers per hour. Winds that carry frozen methane ice through eternal darkness across a world barely touched by sunlight. Neptune is not peaceful. In the place where the sun almost disappears, Neptune is still screaming. Beyond Neptune, everything fades into frozen silence. Pluto, Eris, Make, worlds that never see real sunlight, locked beneath ancient ice for billions of years. Waiting in permanent darkness, we are tiny creatures living beneath a paper-thin layer of air, wrapped around a fragile rock, hurtling through all of this violence at thousands of kilometers per hour. And somehow, against every possible odd the universe has thrown at us, Earth still breathes for now.